Hello, everybody. I'm Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic and a medium. Thanks so much for checking out this video today. We're going to be talking about signs that you get from the universe or from your spirit guides, or maybe even from your relatives that have crossed over, or maybe even from your archangels or other sources that you may be working with, right? That are of your highest good. So these signs can be coming from everybody and everything. So let's get started. Let's talk about what kind of signs you may be getting, and let's talk about how they show up, and let's talk about what they mean. Now, when I say you could be getting signs from all different kinds of sources, well, think about it for a moment, right? When you go outside and you're maybe doing some yard work or you're taking a walk, maybe you're just getting in your car to go somewhere, and all of a sudden the wind picks up. Isn't that a sign that the weather's changing? Do you ever go outside and smell rain? Isn't that a sign that rain is coming? Does the temperature drop suddenly? Don't you understand that to be a sign that there's a storm potentially coming? These are signs, you guys. Who's sending them to you? Mother Nature is sending you a sign. Oh, wow, I better put this lawn furniture up. It's getting ready to blow a storm through here, right? You usually take that under advisement. You think, oh, let me run back in and grab my umbrella, right? You're listening to the signs already. But there are many other signs that you're getting on the daily that you're probably missing. And these signs can really help you out in your life. And so why not? Why not use this guidance to have a better life, to have a happier life, to have a more fulfilling life, or to know that our loved ones are saying hi from the other side? So let's dive in to signs. And something I didn't write on my list, which is super surprising, is repeating numbers. I'll just start off with repeating numbers because it's a very common thing and it comes and goes. Some of us see numbers on license plates. Some of us see numbers on our clock, our phone, wherever we see numbers, but the same numbers appear over and over again. What does that mean? Well, it is a sign. It's not a coincidence. Well, in my opinion, coincidences are not coincidences. They are signs. There are no coincidences in my world. Everything has energy, whether it's big energy or small energy, whether it's energy I should pay attention to or not. That is for me to discern, and that's what I'm going to help you with today. So the first thing you want to do is grab some kind of journal or book. You could do this on your phone. You can make an app for it and do it on your you can do it on your computer, your laptop, your iPhone, your iPad, your tablet, or a regular old notebook. And just make the heading My Encyclopedia of Signs, because you're going to be making your own encyclopedia, because what this means to me may be slightly different to what it means to you. Now, in the beginning, letters that we learn when we're trying to speak a language, we're starting out with cat, C-A-T. But then, of course, many years later, we're able to spell Catherine, right? So we're able to add more letters, and now all of a sudden that means something different. This is why we're going to start off writing down what you get. Because in the beginning, 111 might mean, hey, we got your back. Life is good. You're in the energetic flow. You're doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. Then later, 111 might have a little different meaning. It might have a deeper meaning. You have to figure that out for yourself. That's why we're going to make your own encyclopedia that's just for you. For me, I find balls. My dad is in spirit. He sends me balls everywhere. When I'm going to do something really big and I'm kind of concerned or worried or maybe overthinking it, I find a ball in a place that there shouldn't be a ball. I found balls under a house that I was thinking about buying. I bought it. So that's my dad just saying, hey, Susan, I'm here. I see what you're going through, and I'm going to send you some support. Now, some of you guys might get coins from your loved ones. Again, that's just saying, hey, I'm thinking of you. I love you. I see what you're going through. I'm with you. You might feel separated from me, but I'm with you. I love you. So take heart and take note that these things have meaning, they have power, they have energy. So going back to repeating numbers for a moment, I want you to write down those repeating numbers, and I want you to just write down, gosh, for some reason this week, I've seen 111 5 times. Or perhaps you're getting a whole buffet of repeating numbers and you're seeing 111, 222, 444. Well, 111, 222, and 444 are all kind of good numbers, right? They're kind of supportive numbers. Not that anything is bad, but it's basically supportive. Now, if you're seeing 555, not that that's not supportive, but 5 usually means change. So when you're seeing 55 or 555, it could mean, hey, Susan, heads up. There's some change coming your way. Now, some people don't like to get signs because they don't want to know. They honestly don't want to know. And that's okay. There's been times in my life when I didn't want to know. And there's been times in my life when I was begging to know the answer. So there's no judgment here. But if you want to create this encyclopedia for yourself, it would be very helpful for you if you want to know what's coming down the pike. So instead of saying, uh-oh, I hate change, I'm seeing 555, why not write down, I saw 555, today's Thursday. I saw 555, today's Friday. I saw 555, today is Sunday. Okay, so now you can look back on that, say weeks later, and say, okay, you know, I saw that 555, but it turns out that it was not me. It was my spouse. It was my kid. It was the weather. Or maybe it was me and it wasn't bad. It was a good change. Maybe I was seeing 555 and then I was seeing 111. So now I know when I see that combination of those repeating numbers that it's, hey, it's change, but it's change you're going to like. It's change that you're really going to be happy about. So you can see now how this can be helpful. And frankly, even if you're getting 555 and you don't like change, instead of like upset and going, oh no, I've got change coming. Instead, you can say, okay, apparently change is coming. I'm going to be flexible. I'm going to be super flexible. I'm not going to fight this change. I'm going to be flexible, because when you're flexible, you ride it out so much easier. Everything is so much easier about change when you can allow for the change to happen and then make it work for you. So, okay, change is coming. How can I make it work for me? That's a position of power. Instead of fear, I don't want to know. Now you're in a position of power. I want to know. I see it's coming. I'm going to see what I can do to make it work out the best for me. That's a much different life you're going to lead if you'll use these signs to be in a position of power instead of a position of fear or a position of, I don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss, but until your utilities get cut off because you didn't pay the bill, because you weren't answering the phone or reading your text or getting your emails because you didn't want to know. We have to show up for this life. You might as well show up. You might as well deal with it head on, and you might as well make it work for you. So other signs are songs. You could get a song in your head. You're hearing a song in, what was I hearing this morning? I don't remember now. It was funny. To me, it's funny because my guides like to have fun. They know that the message goes down easier with some sugar. So, you know, I remember they're reminding me that when I was doing my event, and it was the first big event that I have ever done in my life, it was over 100 people and it went off great. But the days before, I kept hearing this song from like the 80s, The Final Countdown. And it just has this chorus, the final countdown, you know, and I kept singing it, and it was in my head and I was actually singing it. And I was doing that for an hour before I realized what I was doing. And my guides were saying, girl, this is the final countdown. We are counting down the hours to this event, you know, which made me laugh. You know what I mean? Anytime you can laugh, your vibration is up. So you go from a position of worrying or going through all the details or maybe overthinking things to laughing. Oh my God, it's such a great release to laugh. So pay attention to the songs that are in your head. They're not going to stay there forever. Well, I'll take that back. They'll stay there until the message is received. If you don't answer your phone, eventually they'll stop calling. That doesn't mean that they're going to abandon you. They're never going to abandon you. However, if you're too busy and they keep giving you signs and you don't acknowledge the signs, in other words, say, oh, wow, that's interesting. I'm going to write down this song I've been hearing. I'm going to write down the lyrics that I've been repeating in my head. I don't know what it means. I'm just going to write it down. I'm going to write down this repeating number. Don't know what it means. I'm going to write it down. Oh, I got a dime the other day, and I always think of my dad. I always think of my brother. I always think of my mom. Write it down. Your message was received. Do not confuse the fact that you want to know what the message means. You want the answers. Don't confuse that with receiving the message. Really important point here that the spirit guides are making, and that is that we really get the message. Sometimes we don't know what it means. How many times have you smelled rain and it didn't rain? Yeah, okay, so things aren't necessarily set in concrete, but the likelihood of it raining went up. So if you're getting a message about a song, the likelihood of that appearing in your life is definitely stronger. And really, to make sense of these signs, these messages, it's important to write them down, because a month later, I promise you, if you do this for a month, you will be blown away at the messages they're sending you. You will literally be blown away. You will be like, wow, I didn't know they were sending me all these signs, all these messages. It's clear as day when you take all the dots, meaning the feather you found, the song you heard, the repeating numbers, you write it all down, and then a month later, you're flipping through those pages and you're connecting the dots, and it forms a story, an actual message that can help you in your life. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Isn't that why you guys come to me, the psychic, to get the reading? Here's a way you can start getting these messages more and more on your own. It is not the easiest thing to get messages for ourselves, because we have our own thinking brain that says, I don't want to get that 555. I don't want that change. I don't want to know that I should quit my job because they're taking advantage of me. So you are going to get messages that are challenging. You still have free will. You can get the message and you can say, gosh, everything is pointing towards me leaving this job, including everybody I run into keep telling me about how I'm better than this job, how I have so much more to offer. I've had 3 people come and tell me the same message. By the way, that's a sign. When multiple people keep telling you the same thing, including the psychic, including the cards, the oracle cards, the tarot cards, the pendulum, your best friend, the stranger, whoever it is, that's a sign, honey. Write it down. You don't always have to act on these things. I understand. It's hard to take their advice. It's hard to trust it, because we're human. We're living a very physical life. Non-physical basically gives you these messages like you can just up and quit your job and walk across the street and get a new job. It's hard to trust that. But if you start getting these messages and getting these signs and trusting it on insignificant things, you'll build your faith. You'll build your trust. And then when something significant comes along, you'll trust it and you'll act on it. So taking these signs seriously and writing them down and understanding how they're affecting and influencing and predicting your life on all levels will give you the confidence that when the big message comes through, that you can trust it, that you could trust that this is really, really true. If I quit my job, if I retire, if I start this business, it's going to work out because the energy tells me it will. Now, conversely, what happens is you get counter advice. This happens all the time. It happens to me. You get advice that says, don't do it. Don't retire. Don't quit your job. Don't start that new business. But yet you want to. You just really want to do it. So you ignore the advice, and that's fine too. You're human. You've got free will. That's kind of special about this planet we live on. So some other signs are aha moments. Oh my gosh, I had a really good idea. Sometimes you say to people, I don't know what made me think of this, but I want you to just fill in the blank, spirit guide. I don't know. I had the craziest idea, spirit guide. I had an aha moment. I had an inspiration, a strike of inspiration. Spirit guide. That's not you, honey, but go ahead and take credit. That's okay too. So some other things would be dreams. You have a dream about something or about somebody, or perhaps a dream about going through some sort of maze where you're stuck or getting out of some kind of situation. Those are messages. If you remember the dream, it's a message. If you're having a repeating dream, it's a big message. Write it down. It may not make sense. Write it down, because that, in addition to that weird thing that your friend said that you can't stop thinking about how you should or how you are XYZ, a good teacher, a good coach, a good, great person at this skill. It just struck you and you can't stop thinking about it. That's a sign. Add that to the dream. Throw in the song, throw in the repeating number, and all of a sudden you can paint a picture of something that you could really take action on. Other objects are feathers. We mentioned coins. Something else is hearts. Sometimes they're just sending you a, hey, we're supporting you. We think you're doing a great job. This is another really important thing. We may feel like we're struggling. We may feel like, my God, I can't do this. This is a lot, or I don't think I'm doing this very well. And then we find a heart-shaped leaf, or we see a heart in something, or we see a rainbow, or we find something that's just really cool. We think that's really cool, like a feather. That is your spirit guides going, yay, you're doing a good job. We're supporting you. We see you. Humans are not really taught to accept praise. We feel like if we accept praise, we're going to be an egomaniac. All of a sudden, we're going to turn into a narcissist. It's pretty terrible, actually. Accept the praise. Feel the praise. Feel the love from your spirit guides. If you want to say, hey, spirit guides, let me know if I'm doing a good job. Will you? Will you just let me know? Maybe you even tell them, I want to see 111. I want to find hearts. I want to see a rainbow. You could be living in the desert and say, I want to see a rainbow. Well, guess what? That rainbow could pop up in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be outside in the sky. Hadn't rained in 50 days. Doesn't have to be in the sky. It can be on your screen. It can be a card that somebody gives you. It can be something that you see. It could be a bag that you get at a grocery store that somehow or another has a rainbow on it. Trust me, it works. And that is a sign. That's a message. Your spirit guides are like, hey, we heard you, and here's your rainbow. Take a moment and acknowledge it. Really, really acknowledge it. Not here, here. Oh, wow. Thank you. Wow. That's awesome. My spirit guides heard me. My spirit guides answered me. Acknowledge it. If you'll bring that energy into your body as much as you can, you'll have an even closer relationship with your spirit guides. So some other signs are colors. I wear blue a lot. I wear blue because it's calming. I wear this amethyst ring a lot, actually. This is an amethyst ring, and I'm drawn to it because it's calming. If I'm looking at all the things that I could wear, all the rings, and not that I have a big I really don't have that many, but here's a moonstone. I'm actually wearing moonstone. You guys see me wear moonstone a lot. It feels good. It feels supportive to me. I wear blue because it's calming and it feels supportive to me. I don't wear red that often, although you guys say it's a really good color for me because it feels bold and expressive. And sometimes I don't feel like that. Pay attention to your wardrobe. Go look at your wardrobe. What are the colors in there? If you're wearing brown day in and day out, is your life boring? Do you feel boring? Do you want to be invisible? Do you want to just blend in? Hey, that's okay. But pay attention. Pay attention to colors. Ask for colors. If you want to see yellow, just ask your spirit guides, hey, show me some yellow sometime this week. Now give them some time. I mean, this is not like, this isn't Uber Eats. It's not going to be here in 30 minutes. It's going to be a day. It's going to be a couple of days. Another thing you can do is you can ask yourself, what is the color of my energy right now? I'm wearing blue, but I don't feel like my color is blue right now. I'm kind of feeling orange for my color. Orange is creating. Orange is very creative color. I'm creating, I'm communicating right now. So I feel my aura or my energy is orange. How did I know that? I said the first thing that came to my mind. I didn't use my third eye. I didn't go to another planet. I didn't meditate. I just said, what's the first color that comes to my mind regarding how I feel right now? Okay? Try it. It's easy. Use this technique. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? That's your subconscious. It really, really works. A few more things before I close out this video is being drawn to take a class. I don't know why, but I feel like I want to take this class. I feel compelled to take this class. You guys, if you feel compelled to do something, does the energy feel pushy? Do you feel drawn? That's your spirit guides drawing you to that class. Does it mean that the class you take is going to be your new hobby, your new avocation, your new profession? No. Does it mean that you're going to meet the love of your life there? Maybe. Maybe to all these questions, honestly, maybe that is going to be your new profession. Maybe you are going to meet your love of your life there. Maybe you're going to meet someone irritating there who reminds you of your ex. And it's going to give you an opportunity to put that in a new perspective. Maybe you're going to meet somebody there who, in retrospect, introduces you to a new teacher or introduces you to a new love of your life. There's lots of reasons that they have for compelling you to do something. Do it and then write it down, and you'll figure it out later why that was important. I know you can go back and think, well, this relationship was terrible, but I got my kids out of it, but I really did learn to stand up for myself, or I really got to see the world. There's probably something positive about that relationship. It's not all bad. Even if you learned that you don't ever want to be in a relationship like that again with that type of person, that's positive. That's good. You took that lesson, you learned from it, and now you're going to use it in the future. Now, the last thing is like a book, a movie, same thing with a class. But I can just tell you, I bought one book 3 times. 3 times, you guys. I bought it the first time. I felt compelled to buy it. I didn't want to buy it. I didn't. I didn't want to read it. I didn't want to buy it, but I bought it because I thought, okay, I'm compelled to buy this. I'm going to buy it. Well, it sat around for a year. I said, to heck with it. I gave it away. I bought it again. I swear to God, I bought it again. Okay, Spirit really wants me to read this book. I think I should read this book. I really think I should read this book. This book would probably help me. Okay, I'm going to buy it. I bought it. I didn't read it. It drove me crazy that I didn't read it. What do we talk about when the message comes and you don't want it? This was it. I didn't want this message. I didn't want it. I gave it away. Third time's the charm. I bought it. I've had it. This is the third time. I've recommended it to my clients. My clients have read it. Have I read it? No. Can you say resistant to the message? Why am I resistant to the message? Right? I would say truly, I'm really good about this now. I'm really, really good about taking my medicine because I know it's going to help me. So I've tackled a lot of things. There's very few blocks that I have left that I consciously know about that I haven't been able to work around, go around, dismantle, vaporize, whatever you want to say. This is one of them. There's about 3, and I'm very aware of them. And it's curious to me. It's very curious to me. What is what is my problem? What is it? Why don't I want to deal with this? You know, I've uncovered some of the reasons, but I haven't been able to sort of get past it. So if you guys think that I've got my collective caca together, I don't. I'm a human. I have really, really, I'm blessed. I'm blessed that I can channel. I'm blessed that I have this information. They still tell me things that I don't want to hear. They still tell me things I don't believe, right? I'm human. I'm dealing with these things the same way you are. I'm trying to integrate this information into my physical human body, my physical human mind, my human limiting beliefs that perhaps I learned from my childhood, or perhaps I learned from society, or perhaps I have from past lives. It's a process, you guys. It's a process. Be gentle with yourself, okay? Allow yourself to say, I know that block is there. I'm going to get around it one day. I'm going to figure it out one day. Right now, I'm just having a little trouble with it. But you know what? I'm going to love myself anyway. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. But I'm going to try to have more fun going through this life, getting this information, realizing sometimes I'm going to take the wrong turn, even with all the signs, even with all the psychic ability. Sometimes I'm just going to take the wrong turn. Sometimes I'm not going to be ready for that. Other times I'm going to step up to the plate and I'm going to hit it out of the park. That's human. It's just being human and allowing yourself to be all of those things, to be right, to be wrong, to be good, to be bad. It's all part of the human experience. And I'll tell you what, if you can love yourself through all of that, if you can have patience and be gentle with yourself, talk nice to yourself, cheerlead yourself, Susan, you can do it. You can do it. The higher your vibration will be, the higher you'll be closer to your spirit guides who love you unconditionally. They love you no matter what. They love you no matter what. If you take the wrong turn, the right turn, if you're down, if you're depressed, if you're happy, they love you through all of that. So the more that you can love yourself through all of that, the higher you'll be, the closer in connection with your spirit guides you'll be, and the easier you'll get the guidance, the more you'll make sense of the signs. So write all these signs down in your sign encyclopedia. When I see 555, I know what this is going to be. They'll start giving you more signs. And then you'll be able to add more signs. You'll be able to grow your encyclopedia. You know, when I see a fox, I know what this means in my life. When I see a rainbow, I know what this means in my life. When I see the color yellow, I know what this means in my life. Imagine the badass mastery you would have if you really knew all of this information. It's there for you. Just start writing it down. Take really good care. Let me know in the comments what your signs are, what experiences you've had. I really feel like we all learn when we all share. This has been a Way Out Wednesday video. Thank you so much. I've got over 50 of these videos, 50 plus videos in my Way Out Wednesday playlist. You'll see a link for the playlist here. Click it, browse, find a video that you might want to learn something about. It's free. It's your metaphysical free library. Okay, check it out. Take really good care of yourselves. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and when it's Wednesday, you'll know because you'll get a video from me. See you soon, everybody. Take good care.